the tent. Every year for about 6 or 7 years, my friends and I would go to the Heritage Golf Tournament in Hilton Head, South Carolina. It was always the week after the Masters Tournament, and then the following week would be the Heritage. My friend Mike would always get us tickets to get into this tournament, and then he had a friend who had a condominium in Hilton Head that we would stay at for free, and then he would also have some other perks, being a doctor. So he would take us down. We'd have a lot of fun. There's only one problem. If you know me, you know I'm not a golfer. I have never golfed. I've tried a couple of times. It's not like basketball. The ball is much too small, and I cannot hit it. I've tried a couple of times. Not very good. So then you may say, well, Paul, so if you're not a golfer, what are you doing going to a golf tournament? And the answer is very simple. And I will tell you. Are you ready? I go to the golf tournament to be with my friends who all love golf. And I go with them to be with the guys for a weekend. We walk around. Gorgeous. Hilton Head is gorgeous. The golf tournament's gorgeous. Afterwards, we'd go to the beach at night and stay on the beach. We would eat. We would drink. We would once in a while play miniature golf or something and play cards when we came back. It was just so much fun. So we'd go. So this one weekend we go and we're going to the tournament. And I'm going as usual, which is slow. If I go any slower than slow, it's called stop. So my speeds are stop and slow. All three of my friends, type 1 people, their speeds are fast and very fast. So for me to keep up with them is ridiculous because I cannot do it. So we're walking around. They say, well, let's go to the tent. Everybody says, okay. Except Paul, who's very slow, remember, can't keep up with his friends. So I tell him, I say, because I don't want to hold them back. I say, you guys go ahead and I'll meet you at the tent. You guys go in, I'll see when I get there. Okay. So I'm sure I got there 15 minutes after they got there. I get to the tent. When I get to the tent, about maybe 20 or 25 feet away from the door of the tent, there's a podium. And at the podium are 2 people. And they ask me my name, and I tell them. And they're looking through this book they have on the podium. I suppose it was in alphabetical order, I suppose. I mean, I don't know. I can't look through everybody. But they went right to it. They said, your name's not here. And then I thought to myself, well, maybe they didn't understand the spelling of my name. My name is a strange name. So I tell them again the spelling of my name. And they look again. And this time, they still didn't find it. I said, I'm sorry, your name's not here. And then I show them my pass that I had on my shirt. It's, you know, when you ever go skiing, they give you this clip on this little pass that lets you get on the ski lift to go skiing. Well, that's what this was, kind of like something pinned it on my shirt and lets you get into this tent. Except they said, but your name's not in the book. And I went, my name's not in the book, but I got my ticket. I said, how could I have the ticket? My friend gave me the ticket. He said, well, you know, you could have found that ticket. We don't know where you got that ticket from. However, your name's not in the book. So then I started to do the craziest thing, I think, in looking back. I started telling them how good I was. I went, I don't know why I thought that would help, but I said, you know, I'm married, I'm a family man, I got kids, I teach Sunday school at church, I give money to people who need money, I'm a community man, I do volunteer work. I mean, I may have painted even a better picture than it actually was. I mean, I sounded very pristine, very almost perfect, not perfect, but you know. They said, yeah, but your name's not in the book. And then I just looked down. I thought to myself, well, what do I do now? I just did not know what to do. And I was thinking, as I was standing there, my name's not in the book. They're not taking my ticket. And then one of the people said, well, what's your friend's name? The one that gave you the ticket. I went, oh, yeah. His name is Dr. Mike. So they look up Dr. Mike's name. And she says, well, you're in luck. Your name is under Dr. Mike's name. You're in. Welcome. And then one of these people take me to the tent of the door of the tent, on carpet. It was like, I don't know, red carpet or green carpet, but it was carpet. I remember that. And then this door was not like a tent like that you and I know of. Like, I used to go camp when I was a kid, a tent, you put 2 sleeping bags in it, you got a little zipper in the front, and, it was not that kind of a tent. This tent had a French door opening. So the person opens the door, and I look in, and the chandeliers, all there is light on top. I'm seeing chandeliers, bright. The whole inside of this tent, which is much bigger than a house, the size of this tent was ridiculous, was carpeted. And then they had tables that had these sterling silver trays, the ones that have the handles on them, and you open them and they got stuff in there. And I see my friends sitting watching the golf tournament on a giant screen TV. If it wasn't 120 inches diagonal, it wasn't any inches. And they're all sitting in lazy boys. They got their feet propped up. They said, come on, Paul, we got a seat for you. So I went, well, thanks. So I go sit down, my lazy boy, get my feet propped up. And I'm not there a minute or two. And a waiter comes over that was wearing a tuxedo. He said, Mr. Curtis, what can I get you to eat? I went, oh, that's nice. I said, what do you have? He says, we got steak, we got shrimp, we got chicken, we got lobster, we got veal, we got lasagna, I went, well, not wanting to be too presumptuous or overbearing, I said, I'll just take the steak and lobster. He said, be back in a minute, and he goes away. As soon as he left, the lady came, must have been a waitress. She had a long dress on. She said, so what can I get you to drink? I said, drink? You're going to get me something to drink? She said, yeah, what would you like? Anything. I said, anything? She said, yeah. Oh, you got Diet Coke on ice? Oh, yeah, we got that. Oh, that'd be great, thank you. So she goes. When she left and somebody comes, had brought something to me. It's the craziest thing. It was a golf club, was wrapped in cellophane and stuff. And she hands it to me, and I'm thinking to myself, why is she giving me this? She said, sir, this is your gift for coming into the tent. I said, a gift? Well, I thought to myself, the steak and the lobster and the soda was enough. But she said, no, she said, everybody gets one. So I look at it, I told her thank you, she walks away. I look at the bottom of it, it said, Ben Hogan. I went, it was kind of etched in there, and Ben Hogan. Name kind of barely sounded familiar. I thought it may be Paul Hogan, the Crocodile Dundee guy. I said, Mike, I said, Ben Hogan, I said, who's that? Paul, you don't know who Ben Hogan is? And I almost wanted to lie. It was like, no, I don't. Am I supposed to? He's a very, very famous golfer. And they're giving you his putter. I went, dang. So I'm looking at this putter, and I think to myself, what? Eating my steak, my lobster, I'm drinking my soda, got my feet up on the lazy boy. Air conditioner was right overhead. It must have been 95 degrees out that day. It was so hot. I'm sitting right under the air conditioner. Got my friends that are laughing and watching TV, watching this giant. And I'm sitting there, and I promise I'm thinking, I went, it's crazy, but 25 minutes ago, they wouldn't let me in this thing. Now all of a sudden, they treat me like a king. They give me everything they got in this place. And I thought to myself, how did that happen? It wasn't because of Paul Tabey. They didn't want to know nothing about Paul Tabey. They want to know who I was with. And then I was thinking to myself, I wonder if it's like this when we get to heaven, we stand before God for judgment. And he said, well, why should I let you into heaven, my heavenly tent? And the funny thing, people are going to say, well, I went to church every Sunday. I was a good guy. Obeyed the commandments the best I could. Went to confession. Helped people out that needed help in the neighborhood. Generally a good guy. Yeah, but your name's not written in the book. You're not in the book. Well, who are you with? What do you mean who I'm with? I'm with myself. Who do you mean who I'm with? You're not in the book. You're by yourself. I'm sorry, you're not good enough. And I stand before God. They say, well, God say, why, Paul, why should I let you into heaven? I say, God, you know what? Not because of anything I've done. Not because of who I am. It's only because I'm with Jesus and He alone. I'm under His name. Come enter my heavenly tent, my friend. You're listening to this, I know you are, otherwise you wouldn't be hearing me. And I wonder if perhaps when you stand before God and He says, why should I let you into heaven? You will share how good you are. You'll forget the bad stuff, I'm sure, as we all do, but you'll share the good stuff. But you know what? It's not going to matter how good you are. As it didn't matter how good I was at this tent. They're going to want to know who you're with. Because you and I have sinned. We've sinned. We've done wrong. We've sinned. And only Jesus pays for that sin on the cross and from His resurrection from the dead. So trust me when I say it's not that I'm good, but I believe in the one who is good, in Jesus. And you may not be knowing Him. I didn't know Him until I was 26, or I heard all about Him, but I didn't have a relationship with Jesus until I was 26. 1978, I was in the Navy. He's only a prayer away. He's a prayer away. You can accept Him and know Him today and have a relationship with Him. I'm not talking about religious. I don't care what church you go to. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Don't matter. The most religious people of those days put Jesus to death, the religious folk. He's not looking for religious people. He's looking for people that will trust Him with all their heart. So maybe today, my friend, you'll trust Him with all your heart and love Him as He loves you and will forgive you for all your sins. This is Paul. I'm signing off now, but I want to say God bless you. Until next time, bye.